ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have the family in here. Hope my thing sounds right. Let me do a test to see what I'm sounding like real quick. Let me do a quick sound test to make sure I'm sounding the way I need to sound. I'm glad y'all in here, man. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm glad to have everybody in here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me see. My people in the YouTube chat, how am I sounding in the YouTube chat? Hope I don't have any kind of delay or nothing like that. My YouTube people, am I good? How am I sounding? I'm good? So somebody said it's too low. Y'all just give me a second. I sound fine. Everybody said I'm better. All right. Y'all just bear with me 1 second. I'm just making sure I'm sounding good on YouTube. Glad to have y'all in here, man. By the way, the movie Microphone Check is coming out in a couple of weeks. And you guys can get your tickets at microphonecheck.com. I want to see y'all in the building. In theaters nationwide. Somebody said the audio is low. All right. Hold on, let me double check. Let me listen on my end real quick. Hold on one second. I just want to double check my audio real quick, guys. Because I'm simultaneously broadcasting on YouTube. Hold on 1 second. Wait a minute. Somebody said the audio is low. Okay. All right. Hold on, let me double check. Let me listen on my end. Okay. I hope this is sounding cool. Excuse me. I hope this is sounding cool. I don't want to be janky up here. Let me try a couple of things just to make sure everybody's listening the way they need to listen. And while I'm getting my microphone and everything together, family, you guys be sure to check out, hold on 1 second. Be sure to check out Microphone Check, microphonecheck.com. Get your tickets for Microphone Check. Let me try this. Let me do this. Microphonecheck.com, ladies and gentlemen. Microphonecheck.com. And also the Rally for Reparations, ladies and gentlemen. The Rally for Reparations that's coming your way in Washington, D.C. June. That will be June 15th. That will be happening in a couple of months. Let me try this. So June 15th, that's happening in a couple of months, so you guys don't want to miss that. You do not want to miss that. All right? So, my sound good, family? Am I good? How's my sound working out here? Let me do another test real quick, and then we're going to do what we do. Let me do one more sound test, and then we're going to do what we do. Then I'm going to get some calls. So you guys don't want to miss that. Okay. Okay, the sound is a little low, but, you know, it is what it is. Y'all just turn your microphones up. Turn your things up. How's my sound working? All right. I think this would be cool. We'll just make it do what it do. We'll work this thing out and we'll make it do what it do. All right. You know what? Let me test a call real quick. Let me test the call out real quick just to see what the sound is like. Somebody hop on in here. Let me get a call real quick. Raise your hand, somebody. Well, let me get Nikki in here real quick. Let me get my sister Nikki to just do a test call to see how the sound is. Let's try that real quick, family. All right, Nikki.
Hey, I just came up to tell you that I don't have a problem hearing you.
Okay.
You sound fine.
Okay, let me make sure I hear you. Okay, all right, but thank you, dear. Let me test this out. Thank you, dear.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get Nikki in here real quick. Let me see if I can hear Nikki. Hold on 1 second. To just do a test call to see how the sound is. Because it does sound a little low. Let's try that real quick, family. Y'all bear with me 1 second.
Hey, I just came up to tell you that I don't have a problem hearing you.
Okay.
You sound fine.
Okay, let me make sure. Okay, this is hella low. All right, this is sounding hella low. I'm trying to get it together, man. I'm really trying to get this thing together. It does sound a little low. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. Trying to see what I can do to get this sound a little bit better. Want to get the sound just a little tad bit better so that y'all can feel me while I'm chopping it up with you. Other than that, we just might have to bear with it. Hold on. Is this a little bit louder, guys? Is this good? A little bit better? All right. Anyway, we'll make it do what it do. We gonna make it crunch. We're gonna make it pop off. So it's fine on your side. Everybody on this is your mic ain't on. Yeah. Sound like I'm in the background. Okay. Trying to make this thing. Because I want to take calls and I want y'all to hear the calls. I want you guys to be able to hear all the phone calls, ladies and gentlemen. I do want y'all to hear the calls, but all right. We'll just do what we do. Y'all just have to pump the volume up a little bit. Excuse me. You just got to pump the volume up just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. All right, but listen. This is what we're talking about. Tonight, we're talking about how foundational Black Americans are constantly pocket watched. There's always this thing where people have to pocket watch foundational Black Americans. Everything we do has to be watched and monitored. People are always watching what we do. And if we make $1, if we make $1, people gotta analyze and inspect how much money we make. They gotta comment, and they gotta really go do a deep dive into how much we're making and why we're making the money. That's a real big thing in the dominant society and in tether society. There's two main groups that's always pocket watching us. Hell, that's everybody except us. Well, we got a couple of Sambos within our society who like to pocket watch, but boy, the tethers and the white supremacists and the wannabes, all of these other groups, because I can't even just put it on one group. It's all of these other groups who are non-FBA. When it comes to us getting any money, they immediately go on alert. They have to almost find ways to sabotage it to a certain degree. And there was a tweet earlier, a post earlier, they were talking about Angel Reese. I think this was on TMZ, the New York Post, one of those publications. And she just got a new car. She got like a Mercedes truck. And in the comment section, boy, it was mayonnaise encrusted. It was mayonnaise and jollof flowing through the streets of Twitter. The white supremacists were up in arms. Oh, God, how could she afford that? Oh, the WNBA salary is such and such. That car is $170,000. I mean, everybody's looking at the blue book value. They are doing an appraisal. Everything was about, oh, why did she get that car? Where did she get the money? She's not even in the WNBA yet. She just got drafted. Where's the money coming from? Oh my God. She needs to manage her money better. This is why athletes go broke. These Black athletes need to manage their money. It became a whole thing because this sister bought a car. Now, you know the sister has endorsements, so, she clearly can afford it. But the white supremacists, boy, when they see somebody with something, a Black person, especially a foundational Black American, they need details. They need to know how, when, what's your credit score? How did you get your credit so good? What they're really wanting to know, family, is how did this Negro slip away from our clutches? How did this Negro manage to avoid all of the obstacles that we put in their way? They're real funny style about us making any money. You understand? And if we make money, they like to know that, somebody in white society gave it to us. And if they did, They got to understand what the terms are, and they want to make sure another white person got as much or more. All right? So if an Angel Reese gets $1 million, that Caitlyn woman, they want to make sure she gets $5 million. And she's not even a championship winner. You understand? As long as they know there's somebody else out there who's making just a little bit more in your field, that kind of makes them sleep better at night. That's the same thing on your jobs, family. Y'all know how it is on your job. You come to work, let me tell you something. You go to work and you shining a little bit too much. You go to work and you're wearing something new. You go to work and you're wearing something that looks kind of expensive. Them white folks at your job are going to start asking questions among each other. Oh, they're going to start inquiring about that ass.
That's why I walk around like a fucking
They're going
bum.
to do some little passive aggressive
Like,
smiling in your
I'm
face. Hey, Darnell, look at that. Is that a Gucci belt? Oh, God. Boy, that Gucci belt looks really expensive.
Shit.
Did you hit the jackpot in Vegas or something? Nah. Just, stacked my little money and got me a little belt for myself. Oh, that's cool, dude. Look at you. You're a baller, dude. And that guy's going to go right down to HR. Where in the hell did Darnell get that money? Did you give him a raise and didn't give me one? I've been at this company 3 months shorter than him, and I still should get a bigger raise. Oh, they're going to be asking questions about your ass. Sisters don't go to work with a fresh weave that looks too expensive. Oh, Lord. They like the sisters to go to work looking downtrodden. They like for your hair to be busted, your edges to be all prickly and sticking up. Yes, the word is prickly. They like your edges prickly. They don't want your edges slick. They like them prickly. You go to work with them edges laid, and you got you a couple of $1,000s worth of bundles. Boy, them Karens are going to start inquiring. That's another thing. Y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all think them Karens don't know the cost of them bundles. The Karens know, because them Karens be wearing clip-on weaves too. They know the cost of bundles. They know. Oh, Lakeisha, look at you. Wow. You look like you went to Fantastic Sam's.
Are we really that? Are we really
That's
that
their hair
ready?
salon, by the way. That's the white hair salon. Did you go to Supercuts? Yeah. Did you go to Paul Mitchell? When they see that, your weave is a little too much in place, they're going to start asking questions. They're going to go to the supervisor. I knew goddamn well she didn't get a promotion over me. She must be screwing the damn boss. You know those women are whores. They could be talking greasy.
Better than you know yourself.
When you make a buck, they want to know why. The minute black folks don't look downtrodden, that's the thing. Not even if you make a buck. If you just don't look downtrodden. If you don't look destitute. They like that. They like for you to look all impoverished and destitute, so they can go in there and be patronizing to you. Hey, Shaquita, I got some leftover Rice Krispie treats, and I know that you're a single mom, and you can take some of these leftovers home to your babies. They come at you with that. They come in with leftover clothes. Me and my church, we just did a fashion show, and I know you like fashion. We have some leftover Donna Karen coats. Want to give you one. It's a donation from our church because you look like you need it. We saw your coat and it looked like it had a little hole in it, so we wanted to give you something because we're all God's people. Ooh, thank you, Miss Karen. Thank you so much. They do that to my lady all the time. My lady go out with the kids by herself, and people always buying her food. They think she's a single mother. They do that shit all the time. When we go out, sometimes we go out to a restaurant with the kids, and I go to the bathroom, and some white people pay for the dinner. I come back, she's like, somebody just paid for the tab. They thought that I was a single mother. I was that shit. They could have bought me some fucking French toast and a couple more pancakes. If they doing that, I'll take it. That's reparations. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take it. But yeah, there's this thing They love seeing us dusty. The minute we ain't dusty, see, yeah, we're all God. As long as we're dusty, we're all God's children. If they can come in and be a savior. Somebody saying the volume is janky. The volume's still janky, guys. Guys, is the volume still janky? People are saying my volume is janky. Hold on, man. Hold on. All right, but thank you, dear. Let me test this out. Thank you, dear. I think the volume might still be a little janky. I'm trying to.
Have you ever thought about
I'm sorry,
carrying
guys.
items for your family's safety in today?
Now, I know on Twitter space, Twitter is good.
And let's
Twitter
be
can hear,
honest.
but just the playback on janky. People say my volume is janky. Hold on. Yeah, the volume is janky. How the hell? I had it working correctly last time. I don't know why it's so damn janky now. I know I had it working real good last time. Let me try something. Hold on a second, guys. I had it working. Y'all can hear me? It's a little echoey. It's a little echoey. Hold on. Y'all bear with me for a second. You can hear me. I know y'all can hear me. This is a little low. Real good. Hold on, let me try something. Okay, now that ain't working. Okay, that ain't working. All right, we'll deal with it. It's low, but we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. And shout out to everybody on the YouTube channel. I want to take calls, and I want y'all to be able to hear the callers, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to hear these callers when I get them in. But we're talking about the massive pocket watching that goes on when it comes to us getting something, because there's so many obstacles that are deliberately thrown our way. Family, people are just amazed that we are, and some of us are able to overcome the obstacles. The fact that we can maneuver and navigate and still find certain levels of success despite the obstacles that they throw our way, that throws a lot of people off. All right? And it's especially so when it comes to us as foundational Black Americans. Notice when we talk about reparations, the pocket watching and the pocket hating that not only comes from the white supremacists, but the damn tethers too. On our, we're putting together the reparations rally in Washington, D.C., and we just put up a GoFundMe. And everybody, the GoFundMe is right there below. And we've been posting it up on Facebook. And family, do y'all know, not only the white supremacists, but the musty tethers, they've been so up in arms about us having the rally. With the tethers, there's this sense of entitlement. If we don't include them or every other group, they want to just blow up the spot. And the tethers have been just complaining, why do y'all need money for a march? Well, we're not having a march. Let's be clear. We're not having a march. We're having a rally and a celebration. We're having a rally and a celebration. We're going to be in one place. We're not going to be marching up and down the streets. And we need money for it. And shout out to the family who has contributed, because we have staging fees. We're putting on a massive performance. It's a festival performance. So we're raising $50K, which we'll get. It's slowly but surely getting there. And shout out to the family. Yeah, we got massive staging there. Then we got a PA system company that has to come in and install the PA system and the lighting, and then the media section. Then we have to get massive security. We're doubling down on security out there, so that costs a lot for all of those people. Then it's 5 to 10 porta potties, and that costs. And then we have to have production trailers, and that costs. And then production tents, and that costs. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into these things. So, the money we're raising, that's low end. And then plus with the people we're bringing in, and then we got to pay for the lodging and the transportation. And, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, yeah, this is not people showing up and marching up and down the streets. No, this is not that kind of thing. Now, this is an actual production. It's a festival. It's a whole thing going on. So this is why we're getting money. The last one turned out great, but I primarily had to foot the bill on that, which is fine. Because I'm passionate about what we need as a community. I can't just foot the bill on every single one because we're not getting any money back because it is a free event. No money is being made. We can't even have vendors. But this is so very needed. We have to signal boost the message out here. And we have to get our community together and we have to celebrate who we are. And I think that's very important. And that's why we're doing this. And people wanted us to do the FBA celebration rally for reparations. They wanted it again because the last time we did it, the energy was phenomenal. And we're going to keep that thing going. And we got to keep this messaging out here. And we got to let the country know this is what we're standing on the grassroots. So this is very important. But the tethers, when they see us standing on code the way we are, because foundational Black Americans, we get on code more than any other group of Black people. We're very much on code. Standing up for what we're supposed to get and not backing down. Tethers have a problem. Not all non-FBA people, but a lot of tethers do have a problem with that if we want to keep it above, because they don't do that. When these people who come from places where they had to flee, and there's a secret shame in that to some people. Some people have a little secret shame about that. You dig? So they come among us trying to use the little shaming tactics to project them onto us, and it's just not going to work. We're not playing that game, and we're checking everybody. And we're saying, no, you're not going to project that stuff onto us. You're not going to come with your fleeing energy to kind of dissipate our energy. We're not letting you infuse that among us. We're standing on business and we're standing up for what we're supposed to get. We're standing up for our ancestors. We're standing up for our lineage. We're standing up for the future of our babies out here so that they can get what they're supposed to get too. We're laying the groundwork now, as men and women supposed to do. You're not supposed to be running. You understand? And yeah, it's dangerous. There's a lot of ops. There's a lot of undermining people. But Harriet Tubman dealt with ops. You understand? Frederick Douglass dealt with ops. John Horse and the Black Seminoles, they dealt with ops and people trying to undermine them. A lot of our ancestors dealt with it, and we're going to deal with it. And we got ops, or we had ops, and we probably still got a few, right up under our noses. You understand? And y'all better understand, those ops, they're going to try to infiltrate D.C. This is why our security is going to be hella tight, because we're going to get that message out there. We're not going to let naysayers and ops undermine what we do. When enough of us are on code, we're going to make those people ineffective. Remember, the last time we had the rally, it was popping. We had little ops peppered around the audience, and the good thing is the family kept their eye on everybody. Every little weird little Dylan Roof looking white boy that was lurking around, the family was on them. Some of these other ops, the family was on them. People were on them. People were on their cases. People were watching them. There was a couple of weirdos out there, but the family was on them. And plus, we had great security. This time, we're doubling down on security. So it's going to be a great thing, man. Everybody, y'all got to come out to D.C. This is very important because not only is this a rally, this is a Juneteenth celebration. We're celebrating our lineage. And what we're going to do, family, we're going to be doing this, like these Juneteenth celebrations, these FBA celebrations, every year around the country. We're going to do the next one next year. I think I want to do it in Atlanta. Then we'll do one in New York. And then we can have vendors. And then we can really, really do it like we want to do it. DC is funny style. They're real funny about the vendors. It's a whole thing because this is the state property that we're on. They had a bunch of rules for vendors. We couldn't sell T-shirts. You can't sell DVDs. You can sell books, but you can't take cash. If you take cash, you got to have armed police officers there with you. Oh, it was a whole thing. for DC. DC is a lot of crazy rules that y'all don't know about, and we're going through a permit company, so they got a lot of crazy rules in DC, and the security they have to be clicked in with DC. So it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's a lot of money that goes into this. It's a lot of money that goes into the rally for reparations. A lot of paper, and plus we're trying to get some musical guests too. We're trying to have a couple of quick musical performances out there too, just to really make it pop off in between the lecturers, just like we did in Dallas. We had a great time in Dallas. We had a phenomenal expo in Dallas. We had great speakers, lecturers, seminars, great music guests. Kiki Wyatt came out and did her thing. So that was a phenomenal event we had in Dallas. So us getting these events together, man, and us not getting any corporate sponsorship, the fact that we're not getting any white money, that's the thing that pisses a lot of folks off. Listen, if we were doing this and we were sponsored by a political party or some kind of PAC or some kind of corporate entity, nobody would really have a problem with it. Nobody would have a problem with it because they're like, oh, there's white people. White people are giving them the money to do it. So yeah, they're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want white daddy to give me some money so I can undermine these niggas. So if we were getting white sponsorship money, it would be no problem. Also, the feds, they wouldn't have to send their ops our way. You understand? Because they understand the corporate entity basically is damn near a version, an extension of the federal government. So that corporate entity, the fact that they're giving you any kind of sponsorship money, there's going to be some rules with that. That's why when we do stuff like this, we want to keep it 100% grassroots, family. This is why it's very important that everybody supports. And we're talking about, there's a couple thousand people in here now. Everybody who hits that GoFundMe link, if everybody put $10 there right now, we'll have our goal. Little simple stuff like that. Everybody right now in here, just hit that link, that GoFundMe, and put $10. We're good to go. Little stuff like that, man. We can get things done with everybody just doing a little. You don't have to do a lot. Just everybody doing a little, we get stuff done. Because when you get those corporate people in there, they're like, yeah, we'll fund it, but we're going to have some immigrants speak. We're going to have you talk about Israel. We're going to have you talk about Palestine. We're going to have you talk about trans lives matter. We're going to have somebody trans up there to talk about hormone pills, and we're going to have Planned Parenthood up there to talk about the great things about abortions. You know? We're going to have T.S. Giselle up there to talk about the dangers of selling pussy in Atlanta. Ain't that right, T.S. Giselle? T.S. Giselle.
Got a lot of style. I got a lot of Hermes on me. So, period. Hold on. You can't hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Big back and all. We can hear you, yes.
It never gave. First off, hello to my fans on YouTube. I see your comments. It's the legendary T.S. Giselle. Every girl's dream, every man's fantasy in flesh and person. Tariq, I got a $3,000 Laquan Smith evening gown, and I need somewhere to wear it.
Well,
So, get your team to get my VIP tickets to the microphone.
the thing is, they're using that dress as a circus tent right now, so you got to wait for them to finish it. Yes.
It never gave.
Yes, indeed.
This is why I came on here for real. I got two things to say to Rick. Let me get them out before you start your troubling.
There you go.
Number one, don't you girls ever say that TS is not influential. I got on Twitter at 2:30 in the morning and told Tariq, you doing spaces too damn late for the East Coast. And so what Tariq do this week, a week later, he's on at 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Don't ever say the TS is not influential, honey. That's why the girls are pressed.
Oh, so I did the show early because of you.
Absolutely. It's a week later. What time did you get on? 10:30 EST. Period.
Well, I'm on early. My kids, it was a holiday, so they didn't have to go to school. So they're doing this is like a Armenian genocide. It's like an Armenian genocide, some shit. That's what I thought. Hey, they didn't have to go to school today. So, but go ahead.
Anyway, so I don't know if I'll make my presence at the FBI rally because I would need security. But
you are security. I mean, we need you to put on a suit and back people up off of us. Right.
Oh, trust and believe if the TS graced her presence, attendance will be through the roof.
I guess.
So I have a really serious question about the FBI rally because what is the objective? Let me get my full question out really quick.
Go ahead.
What's the objective? Because I know you did this before. We're doing it again. And I think that having a rally to expand the message is a good idea. Here's the problem. The messaging. When I look at the lineup of speakers, it's giving bigotry and hate. So I don't know how you can take this message and go to DC and expand it.
Who's bigotry? Who has bigotry and hate?
Marcel. Bigot.
No, he's not. Stop it. No.
Rizza Islam, a conspiracy theorist, a bigot, homophobic, doctor, that weird doctor. Well, first of all, can we check the credentials? Because black people love to say they're doctors and don't have an actual doctorate.
No. If we say we're doctors, we earned it. So
I'm being legitimate. I just have concerns that what is the purpose and is the idea to move forward with that lineup of speakers? I have legitimate concerns.
But you saying that they're bigots don't make them bigots. They're not bigoted, nor are they conspiracy theorists. What kind of conspiracy does Rizza have that's not true?
I mean, he's an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, you really don't want to go there, but go ahead. We won't go. We won't go there because we can't go there on YouTube because if you start telling the truth, they flag you, which is proof you're telling the truth. You don't have to flag a lie, but go ahead.
I had to pull up. Let me pull up. Okay, so we went through to. I don't know who Vicky Dillard is. That Dr. Randy Short. I mean, he's a few pebbles short of, a nest.
He's Dr. Short is the truth. He's the truth. He's the top five.
In the basket. I don't know who Black Alpha is, but he kind of dresses like it's 2004. No one I want to listen to. And then Afro Elite, girl.
And these are both brothers who speak truth to power. Afro Elite and Black Alpha.
If the goal is to expand Black Americans, I don't know that this lineup of speakers will do that.
Then let me ask you this. In your opinion, hold on, TS. In your opinion, what would be your ideal lineup? Who would you suggest?
Well, first off, people that legitimately have power that can make change.
Who?
For example, I think her name's Camilla Moore.
Okay.
She legitimately hosted a state reparations committee or council. Legitimate. That's someone that she's not going to scare people away. Reparations is not going to happen by having a stage full of black people talk about it in D.C. It's not going to happen. That's not how our country operates. We need to be serious. And so having people that are truly fundamental, understand how America operates. Reparations, the legality of it, being congressmen who have to vote on it, having someone that's actually in D.C. There are people in D.C. talking about reparations, and I know you guys like to bash the Democrats, but maybe a little bit more diversity on the stage. That stage that you're putting will work for 200 to 700 people, but it's not going to get 40 million plus Black Americans in tune with their message. I wanted to see.
Hold on, but it is though. Why do you think reparations is in the national lexicon? That's because of the grassroots. So it is working. That's why it's a national conversation now because of us showing up in places like DC, us showing up out here in California, Black Alpha and Afro Elite showing up and brothers like them showing up at other localized meetings. We we've been going all over the country to different meetings and committees and all over. And us going to D.C., that's going to further signal boost the message. So what you're saying is not correct, T.S.
Are we doing a voter registration? Because reparations are going to happen if there are no congressmen to vote on it in D.C., nationally at least. So will you be registering people to vote? You know, it is a presidential election year. It's a huge, presidential election. So things are like that. I think I have legitimate questions.
Right. That's why I'm not muting you. I'm not bashing you. These are legitimate questions. But
you guys have done spaces for 2-3 years now. I'm not really seeing any trajectory.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Because the national conversation is reparations. That's coming from us on the grassroots. There's a reason why we have forced these people to talk about reparations. So yes, it is working. That's why we're going back out there to DC in large numbers to show this is what we really want on the grassroots. We don't want forgiveness of student loans. We're not going to let them tell us what the agenda is. We're getting together in large groups on a grassroots level, and we're letting them know what the agenda is. And it is working, and we got to keep beating that drum. You understand?
Yeah, I wanted to be successful because I'm, as you guys say, I'm Black American 100% both sides. So I wanted to be successful. I just have always had these concerns that maybe people don't have a civic understanding of how government operates and how reparations would be achieved. But I wanted to be successful, so I hope that you do have a successful rally. I'll be paying, I don't know if I will make my attendance or presence there, but trust and believe, if the TS touchdown is 10s across the board, tip, tip, tip on hardwood floors. And last thing before I go, Tariq, I didn't know that you had beef with Judge Joe Brown. I've been seeing all these crazy tweets about Judge Joe Brown. I thought that was your guy. What's going on?
There's no beef with me and Judge Joe Brown. What makes you think that?
But there is, I've been seeing like tweets from you, Tariq, all week about Judge Joe Brown, this girl Dana.
You haven't seen any. No, you haven't seen anything. No.
I just put it in the Jumbotron. Maybe there's someone using your liking image.
But you haven't seen anything about me with Judge Joe Brown. I got no problem with Judge Joe Brown, so I don't know what that's about.
There's a Tariq page. I just put it in the Jumbotron. But you know what? I just noticed the picture's different. I don't know, Tariq. There's some funny stuff going on in these Twitter streets. Maybe someone's using your image, but hey, you may want to just send a cease and desist. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, this has been a production of T.S. Giselle, Every Gold Stream, Every Man's Fantasy.
And if you can't,
if you phone check premiere or the FBA rally,
and we're going to go to your premiere, and we're going to go to your premiere too, Jurassic Park 6, because I love to see movies. Yes. I heard that you're playing a Brontosaurus Rex. So okay. Yes, you're playing a Brontosaurus. That's one of your best roles. I got to see it. I hope you get an Oscar for playing a Brontosaurus. But anyway, thank you so much, T.S. Giselle. I appreciate you. All right. Yeah, she's going to see my movie. I'm going to see T.S. in Jurassic Park. A big back Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh, God. Anyway. Oh, let me get Black Alpha up here. Let me get our brother Black Alpha in the building. Brother Black Alpha, hop on, sir. Black Alpha.
What's up, brother? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How are you, brother?
Man, I'm good. I just heard Tyrannosaurus Giselle talking. Or he or they, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, I noticed that he said if he touches down at the rally, but I just know if he touches down at the rally, it's going to be an earthquake, goddamn tsunami, some hurricanes, all of the above. But one more thing I'm going to say, I'm surprised that he's awake right now because tomorrow's the NFL draft, and I heard the Detroit Lions need a new offensive lineman. Linebackers. All of that. Y'all make sure y'all go and support the Rally for Reparations, Juneteenth celebration. Hit up the GoFundMe. Certified salute you, brother. Can't wait to see you in DC, and I will be at the premiere for Microphone Check in Atlanta.
Yes, sir. My man, thank you so much. And everybody get your ticket for Microphone Check. Everybody get your ticket for Microphone Check. And if T.S. Giselle shows up, At least do something about your wig and your big back so you don't block the people in the back row so they want to see the screen. We don't want your big back blocking the screen. So, we got to put T.S. Giselle way in the back so that big wide back and wig is not blocking other customers. But listen, we really need everybody to hit that GoFundMe, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the GoFundMe. Hit that GoFundMe, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody in here, we got a couple of thousand people in here. Everybody put 10 on it until we get the gold. It just takes a little to get this thing going because this is very important. Us going to D.C. is just going to reinforce the messaging. People see that we're on code. See, we get out there, everybody comes to D.C. We double down on what the messaging is, and then people go home to their cities, and then they spread the messaging on the grassroots. You see? Again, this is why the conversation of reparations is in the national lexicon. This is why everybody is discussing it, because of the grassroots. And we're not letting people switch what reparations means. We're not letting people switch who should get reparations, because that's been another problem. People start having these little reparations committees, and then they start talking about every black person needs to get reparations. And this is why in D.C. we got to have some of our brothers and sisters who are going to double down on what the messaging should be. That's why this is very important. We're doubling down on what the messaging should be so that we can go back home to our local areas and then spread that messaging and show people what the code is. You dig? And also, again, it's a reparations rally / Juneteenth celebration. So we're doubling down on celebrating our culture at the same time, and our lineage and our heritage. We're doubling down on that. Paying homage to our heritage, our lineage, and our FBA culture. And that's very important as well, so that we know how important it is for us to protect what's owed to our lineage and our culture. So it's very important for us to be out there in Washington, D.C. We want to see everybody out there. And again, we're going to make it not only informative, it's going to be very fun. We're putting together musical performances. It's going to be a vibe. It's really going to be a vibe. So everybody go to Rally for Reparations, rally the number 4, reparations.com, and support. Get your t-shirts and all that stuff. And again, everybody hit the GoFundMe. Everybody put 10 on it. All we need is everybody in here right now putting a 10 on it, and we'll be good to go. Little simple. We can get stuff done, man. That's why I don't really argue too much with tethers who are trying to hate and undermine what we do. Their objective is to waste our time because they want to have us in the same boat as them. That same fleeing, undermining mindset that they had back home, that undermined who they were back home. They want to have that same nonsense among us, and we're just not having it. Let me get some callers in. Let me get some more callers, because we do have a lot of people in here. We got a lot of folks in here, so let me get some of the people in the building. Let me see. Let me get some new faces in here. Let me get some of these new faces in the building. Y'all raise your hand so we can get some of these new faces in the building. Let's get Shy Girly. Haven't seen that person. Shy Girly. Let's get Shy Girly in here. Shy Girly.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Shy Girly.
I wanted to know if you were still going to be in the New York premiere of the movie.
I am coming to the New York premiere, yes.
Is it both shows you want me at the night one or the first one?
I'm going to be at the first one because there's going to be a big media blitz. A lot of the media is going to be there. We're going to have the red carpet there, so I'm going to be at the first one, and that one's sold out. But I might be around because I'll be around that whole night. I think because I have my staff there, so I'll be around though. Why was it?
I'm gonna come in from Chicago. It's my birthday weekend, so I was like, I'll meet you right while I'm there. So we'll see.
That'd be good, but there's a showing in Chicago that Thursday.
But I'm gonna be in New York for my birthday.
Oh, I see. Oh, when is your birthday?
May 25th.
Oh, cool. Okay, so yeah, that'll be good. Come on through.
All right.
Who you gonna bring with you to New York?
My sister.
Okay. I would like to meet y'all. Come on through.
All right.
All right. All right. Yeah, the New York one is going to be off the chain. It's going to be the first showing is already sold out, and it's like it's sold out a couple of months in advance. And the second show is about to damn sell out too, by the way. Oh, what am I doing here? What am I doing? All right, let me get some more calls in here. Let me see when Sister Nikki wanted to say something. Nikki, what's up, sis? Sister Nikki in here. What's up, sis?
Hi, Tariq. I just came because I want to put the fundraiser in the Jumbotron.
Oh, cool.
I just want to let you know that we are $50 shy of reaching $10,000.
Oh, cool.
And I just want everybody to try to put $10 and $20 on the fundraiser so that we can reach our goal.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you, beloved. Yes, indeed. I thank everybody, man, for putting some on it, man. Shout out to the riders in here, man. Much respect to you guys for contributing to it, man, making it happen. That's what it is. Let's get Corey. Let's get Corey in here. Let's get Mr. Corey. All right. And then we'll get Black Defura. Let's see here. Let's get Black Defura or Corey. One of y'all.
Yo, what up, Tariq?
What's up, Corey? How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, brother?
All right, excellent, man. First time caller, long time listener, man. I appreciate you letting me on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm just calling in. I'm actually a doctoral student studying psychology.
Yeah.
And I sent a comment here maybe about 10 minutes ago or so, looking for participants for my study. If you would give me a few minutes just to kind of run it down, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, bro. I don't know what you're doing, brother. I don't know what you're doing, brother. Okay. I don't know what you're doing, brother. I had to get him off. I don't know what the hell you trying to do, brother. Black Defura, whatever.
What up, bro?
What's going on, man?
Hey, can I have a conversation with you?
About what, sir?
You down for a combo?
Brother, you're going to have to get to the point, man. What's on your mind?
You know what? I think I need to show you the absolute respect and call you by your correct title. What up, Marcus? Yeah, I think I like Marcus. Marcus Sanders, yeah.
Okay.
So, Marcus, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead. And by the way, do you think that's offensive, by the way?
No, that's your real name. That's why I'm calling you Marcus.
Marcus. Okay, so I'm Marcus Sanders. So now what?
I call you Marcus.
So-
You don't know what it means when I call you Marcus.
So now what?
What up, Marcus? Hey, Marcus!
Okay. Now what?
But yeah, here's my question. Here's my first question.
But now, okay, but now what? What was the effect that you thought you were going to get? That didn't really eat like you thought it was going to eat?
But what if I'm trying to show you respect, calling you by your name.
But it didn't really
Your
hit.
mama gave you.
It didn't hit like you thought it was going to hit, did you?
I wasn't trying to hit no shit. I wasn't trying to hit no shit.
Damn, well, I can feel the embarrassment, but go ahead. What else is on your mind? That failed, so let's try something else. Since that failed, let's try something else.
I need to give you $50K to march. That's my first question.
Who's marching?
That's what the title is. Blind niggas give you $50K to march.
Nobody's marching. Only people marching is your mama to the food stamp office, but we're not marching nowhere. We're not marching anywhere.
I appreciate that one. That's the first question. Second question.
Okay. Anyway, let me get some more people in here. Okay. All right. Sir. You're Lord. How you fail at trolling? Your trolling failed. Lord. If you troll, at least don't fail in trolling, brother. Let me get some more people in here. All right. Where we at? Lord. Let's get Stono. All right. Let's get Stono in here. Yeah, my nigga. You can tell somebody was trying to laugh through the embarrassment and trying to show out because they're embarrassed that their trolling is falling flat and is failing. You can tell when niggas get embarrassed, they just start laughing, forced laughing. We see your embarrassment, brother. At least you tried. What's up, Stono? What's up, man?
Peace, brother. It's your 22-year-old brother out of Cleveland. But, okay, first off, that guy that just called up, that's the Duke of Pan-Africanism.
Okay.
He's a damn troll.
Oh, yeah, the tether. That Jamaican failed tether. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the weird that they keep talking about. First off, I looked up MLK's main form of income. Do you know what it was?
What?
It was donations.
Mm-hmm.
You look up Malcolm's, his was donations, and they used to accuse him of being a race baiter.
Yeah.
So the same shit they're doing to you right now is what they would have did back then to Malcolm and MLK. So
Oh, yeah.
they should have ridiculous.
Oh yeah, as always, the tethers, the tethers are always in our mix. But everything we do, there's some musty tether somewhere trying to undermine it. When they see we are out here getting things done, we're getting money raised for certain things, that reflects so badly on them being so damn off code. It's a gazillion of them in their homeland and they can't even get toilets and shit together. And us, we're out here just knocking stuff out, working as a group. Because that's the thing with me. I like for us to work as a group to get things done. So we're just not depending on one person. That's where the power is, when we get things done as a group. Everybody puts their 2 cents in and things simply get done, instead of the whole just wait on Oprah, Michael Jordan, and well, let's wait on one black person to do everything. No. All of us put something in it. When all of us are putting something in it, that makes it more effective. That gives it a different energy. And it gets things done faster. And we ain't looking for the dominant society to do things for us. See, these are power moves that tethers just don't understand. You see, tethers are so tribalistic. They want to have that same mindset among us, and we're not having that. We're not having a tribalistic mindset. We're getting things taken care of. We're standing up to an oppressive system that has tried to tell us that we don't deserve anything. We, being less than 14% of the population, we're standing up to the mightiest militarily backed government on the planet right now, and telling them, no, you're going to discuss what we want you to discuss. We're trying to get tangibles that's owed to us, and we're not going to let you scare us off that square. Y'all been trying to shame us, scare us, deny us, and we're still coming back to say, hey, where that money at? We still want what we're supposed to get. And a lot of tethers, they don't understand that kind of energy. They don't get it. All right, let me get okay, this dude, I was talking to this tether the other day. I think this is this the same tether? There's so many tethers. Apia, did I talk to you the other day?
Yes, you did. Listen, as a brother, I just want to say my condolences to the demise of FBA. You know, I want to show you that.
How we demise and we up here 40 million deep? What's our demise? How we 40 million deep and we're demised? How does that work?
Because you've not achieved anything since the formation of...
Sir, we've achieved more than you, little fleeing man. Only thing you've achieved is to flee up under us. So what you talking about?
Listen. I'm the man that can get you the money. I know the money is...
You couldn't get money in your homeland. You couldn't get money in your homeland. How you gonna get something for us? You couldn't get nothing but fleeing. So what you talking about?
Guess what? I have some Africans in Beverly Hills. I can give them a call, tell them a homeboy coming through. Just drop.
I don't need an Uber ride to the airport, sir. I call them later when I need to go to the airport, sir. Let's stop faking the funk, and the funk is under your arms. So anyway, we're not gonna let you waste time. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna let you waste time. I don't want to hear tether battle. Get the hell a damn tether gonna get us something, and you fled. Give me a break. You've abandoned your homeland. You're not gonna get nothing for us. You couldn't get nothing for yourself. All right, well, these tethers got a lot of nerve. Goodness gracious. All right, let's get a couple of more people in here. I do not want to hear tether babble. Lord, that's that tether who was mad at the museum. That museum is a strip club, nigga. That's not an insult. What you're saying is our museum is tight. That's another thing. The Hidden History Museum, that really chaps the asses of tethers. That Hidden History Museum, boy, the tethers, that really burns their asses. That really burns them up. The fact that, man, we came up with an idea, and a year later the building is right there and on and popping. We got something popping, a whole institution popping within a year, and it's still popping. Honoring our ancestors. And we did it on our own, and we did it 100% from the grassroots. That makes Tethers feel a certain way. Because first, remember when we were, even before we had it, the Tethers were up here talking about, this is a scam. You niggas are going to steal the money, nigga. Where's that museum, nigga? Where's the museum? Hell, we were in the process of raising the money for it. They're running around hollering, where's the museum? I said, y'all better watch out for these bad faith arguments. These are bad faith arguments, because when we get it, they're going to come up with a whole slew of new hate, bad faith argument excuses. And sure enough, they did. So once we got the museum, they couldn't say, where's the museum? And then we got it popping, and then it became so successful. Well, this is like a club, nigga. This is like a nightclub. This is a club museum, nigga. That's not an insult. It's just popping like that. And they feel a certain way that we got our own museum popping more than their museums in their homeland. You go to any of their homeland, you listen to a Tether talk about our museum, you go to their homeland, our museum is bigger, better, and more popping than theirs. And their museums over there in them African and Caribbean nations, those museums were paid for by Asians. That's another thing. Their museums ain't even popping like that. No disrespect. And many of those museums and monuments over there, Asians paid for the shit. Yeah? China, North Korea, they paid for the stuff. They paid for a lot of those monuments. They paid for a lot of them statues and things over there. Over there, I think in Senegal, that big statue of the black family, I think China paid for that. I think. Remember over, I want to say in Ghana, some of the brothers and sisters, and shout out to some of the writers, they wanted to remove a statue of Gandhi. There was a statue of Gandhi over there, and they wanted to remove it, and they tried to remove it, and then India started threatening to take the money back, because India had gave them some money or something like that. It was something about India. India was like, hey, y'all touch that statue, we're gonna snatch some of this money. So yeah, don't touch that statue. You see, they started threatening them. Don't you touch that Gandhi statue. Yeah, we know he's a racist, but keep that statue up there. See, that's why it was important for us to get our thing popping on the grassroots, so we can have our icons up there without other people meddling in our business, telling us who we should have. Hell, there's a state-run African-American History Museum here in LA too, that's downtown. Our museum is more popping than that. And they get millions of dollars each year. And we got more stuff in our museum than they do. And ours is more popping. And theirs, over there, you go in there and they got like a whole bunch of transgender stuff. And they got a whole bunch of agenda stuff in the so-called Black African-American History Museum that's state-run here in LA. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the Hidden History Museum. So that we wouldn't have a museum with all of these damn different agendas. We just keep it about blackness, keep it about our black culture, and not let them Trojan horse all this other stuff in. That was one of the motivations of me doing the Hidden History Museum, on a grassroots level. All right, let's get, let me see. North, didn't I have you on before, North? North, hop on, man.
Brother.
What's up, North? How are you, brother?
Chilling. Why are you saying people are pocket watching you?
Just pocket watching foundational Black Americans, period. Not just me. Tethers are always pocket watching everything we do. Not just me. That's a part of your culture, pocket watching us all the time. Why do you think that's such a part of your culture?
What culture? Because I'm Black American.
Why do you have 5 different flags on your profile?
I told you that last time. It's to troll y'all.
Oh, okay. All right, okay. So you're trolling for what? Are you trying to be witty? What are you trolling? And if you're Black American, who is y'all? And if you're Black American, who is y'all? Because you just othered us.
The FBA group. The group.
What group? There's no group called FBA. What's an FBA group?
The group that you lead.
So you're just making stuff up. So you are a tether. You're a lying tether. So you just proved you're a liar.
Wait, how about that? Wait,
You're a lying tether, sir. You know you're not. No, you're a lying tether. You just sat here and lied. You just told you just told 3 lies. So that you just told 3 lies. So that
wait,
sir, slow your ass down. You just told 3 lies. So now you've proven you're a lying tether, and you said you got all these flags up because you're just lying. So you're a tether, sir. You're just lying like a tether. If you're lying about that, you're lying about your lineage. So yeah, you're not a foundational Black American. You're a scamming, lying tether. So what else is new?
No, because like all the Black Americans that don't fall in line with Tariq's cult.
No.
Yeah,
You're no people who sit and lie like yourself. You done sat here and told about 3 lies, so you're clearly lying about your lineage. And I can hear a low key accent in there, dude. I can hear your accent a little bit.
Tariq, I donated to the museum. What are you talking about?
Sir, I hear your little accent, sir. I hear it. You sound like a tether.
The LA accent? The LA accent?
That's not no LA accent.
Yeah, it is.
No, that's not. That's not an LA
I'm from the
accent.
soil, man. I'm from the soil.
You're from the soil of Somalia, and that soil has camel pee in it. Okay, that's what your soil has, sir. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear lying. Okay, I don't want to hear lying tether. Goodbye. I don't want to hear lying tether. All right, you done already sat here and told multiple lies. All right, that's what you tethers do. Y'all don't really have anything, so you have to reduce yourself to lying. Once you've established that you are a funky lying tether, nothing else needs to be said. We don't want to hear you. All right, let's get Dr. Sintu. Dr. Sintu. All right. Somebody said we just hit 10K on the GoFundMe. Shout out to everybody who hit that 10K. Much respect. Dr. Sintu, what's up, brother?
Hey Tariq, how you doing, man? I'm here to talk about the Mara genocide in Ethiopia, man. You let me spill a few things out here.
Now, what's going on in Ethiopia?
Well, we have a government that's basically killing civilians with drones and committing genocide.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later. We're talking about something else. You should be in some of those Ethiopian rooms talking about that. And hopefully y'all be good. I don't want to see anybody get harmed, but y'all need to be in your own rooms with that. All right, we're talking about something else right now. All right, let me get some more folks in here. Let me see. We got a lot of people in the building, and I can't wait for you guys to see microphone check. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Get your tickets at microphonecheck.com, ladies and gentlemen. Raise your hand if you're ready to get on, because we do have a lot of people in here. Raise your hand if you are ready to get on, ladies and gentlemen. Raise that hand and raise it high. All right? Let's get everybody in here. Where you at? Let me try something with the sound. Maybe, hold on, let me try something real quick. Let me see something. Let me try something with my sound real quick. All right, let me get some more people. Raise your hand. Let me get y'all in here. All right, let's get, I see a lot of people moving back and forth. Let's get, Moshi. Let's get Moshi in here. Moshi, what's up, brother? All right, Moshi, turn your microphone on, brother.
Hey, brother, what's going on?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, I just want to stop in and say, man, I really appreciate what you be doing, man. I really appreciate how you represent us.
Yes, sir.
Tell us with these other nations. I just really appreciate your hard work, man. I don't want to hold you up. I just want to make sure I got a chance to tell you that.
Man, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much, Mr. Moshi. I really appreciate that, sir. Yeah, man. We got to stand up on our business, on our lineage business, man. We got to stand on it. Let me get Zazeo. Let's get Zazeo in here. Zazeo. Brother Zazeo, hop on. All right. Zazeo, we're waiting on Zazeo. While we're waiting on Zazeo, we'll get Afro Elite in the building. Brother Afro Elite. Brother Afro, hop on, sir. All right, where you at? There we go.
So you talking to me?
Afro, there you go. What's up, brother?
Okay. No, I just want to answer the question of the room. Why other groups pocket watching FBA? And I'll say other groups are pocket watching us because we're doing something productive. Every time we do something productive, every time we're doing something that's going to uplift the culture and move the people forward, then we're getting everybody and their mama want to audit us. Everybody want to ask where the money's coming from, who the money's going to. Now, if this was for some big party, if this was us smoking and drinking and doing something lackadaisical, nobody's pocket watching, nobody cares. But it's when we're moving our people from the bottom of the barrel and we're doing something that other groups of people couldn't do.
Yeah.
We're doing something without an agenda attached to it, because nobody pocket watches a Democratic Party. Or like if we were talking about we're going to get out the vote, nobody's going to pocket watch that. But every single time, like with the rally, with your museum, every single time something productive is going on, then all of a sudden is, why do y'all need that much money, and why can't y'all do it on your own without asking for donations? Because these groups of people, they secretly need us to be at the bottom too, because they're like a buffer class.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's really what it is. They're insecure, they're projecting, and they don't want us to go past them in their economic base because they know they're a buffer class.
Exactly. And yeah, when we start getting certain things, they feel like, okay, that's money that could have gone to them and their little DACA programs and all of these little finesse schemes that they got. So they look at money that we're utilizing, money that's going to us, being taken away from their grifting scam. They come and leech off of us. And again, when there's such a sense of entitlement, people are so used to getting everything we get and then some. When we say, hey, why don't y'all just do you? We're not hating on you, but we'll let you go ahead and do what you do over there, because we got some business over here that we need to handle for ourselves. Everybody has to be in the mix. How much are y'all getting? What are y'all doing? What's the money for? What do you need a GoFundMe for? Where's that money gonna go? The pocket watching becomes extremely intense. Zazeo, you good now? All right. I guess this guy just wanted to be seen and not say anything. All right. Let me get some more people in here. Let me get some more. All right. Let's get Samson in here. Let me get Zazeo out of here because he ain't saying nothing. Samson, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? You doing all right?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, sir?
Yes, sir. So and you had me on a few times. I've been a long time supporter, follower. And I was at the rally. I plan to attend the next one.
Yes.
But what was on my? Yes, sir. As far as what's on my mind, so I'm a pretty big sports fan, particularly basketball, and I don't know if you heard about the situation recently where Nikola Jokic, who's he's considered the golden boy. He's like the favorite. Anytime there's a great white player, he's propped up on a pedestal higher than freaking LeBron James, and he's considered so great. But recently, his brothers were caught, or one of them at least, was caught beating on one of the fans in an arena. And you're not really hearing much about it from the media at all.
Oh, damn.
And I compare it to like a John Morant. I mean, I remember John Morant's father had some dang shades on, some designer shades on, and they're talking about his shades. And, the white media wants to get on John Morant's dad being supposedly irresponsible, and he's not setting a good example, and all this and that during the situations that John Morant found himself in, most of which weren't even illegal in the first place.
Wow.
basically, they're not even, nobody's talking about it. I mean, I'm looking for Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. and everybody to, go ahead and chime in on it. I haven't heard a single word.
Well, I got to look into that because, if it was a black athlete, remember when Ron Artest had put some hands on a fan back in the day, they went on and on about that. Man, when the black players had to go put some hands on some of them players, boy, they drug that for years. They drug it. So let me look into that. I'm going to look into that and see what's going on with that. Let me get some more people in here because we do have a lot. Y'all raise your hand if you're ready to get in. And how am I sounding, by the way, guys? How am I sounding? Let me do a little test real quick. I did a little something different. Hold on. Rugged. Okay, so let me look into that. Okay, it's still, the sound is still whatever. Okay, so let me get, let me see, because I ain't going to be on here too long. Let's get, who is this? Killer Kane. Let's get Killer Kane in here. Let's Killer Kane. What's up, brother? Killer Kane.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. What's up, brother?
Ain't nothing, man. Good to speak to you.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind?
Hey, man, ever since you put us on that game of the immigrants be like you might think it's black people, but it's not black people doing like crazy shit.
Yeah.
I noticed that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, niggas do nigga shit, but it be like that crazy shit, immigrants. But and then I want to ask, what you think that Georgia got to do to get reparations?
Well, everybody just be on code, man, and just stand on it, man. All we got to do is just be on code and stand on it. That's all we got to do. We'll get reparations. Everybody just have to be on code and just say, hey, we're not going to move off this square until we get those reparations payments. We're not going to sit up here and support these political parties until we get that reparations payment. And then what happens is we let folks know, if you want to get elected and there's this big voting block, you're going to have to give up those goods. Somebody's going to break. You understand? And they're going to have to give it up. But it's all depending on us. See, we got to continue to stand on the square. We got to continue to be codified. It's all on us, man. We can get folks to do whatever the hell we want them to do. Like our brother Neely Fuller said, man, our thing is just being on code. We got to work on being on code. See, that's where the white supremacists get us. They are on code, and they're a global minority. That's why they get so much stuff done. They're on code with each other. And they operate as a codified unit. Even though they're a global minority, they get stuff done because all of them are on code with each other. See, when we have a lot of the white supremacists call up, they'll try to promote some fake beef that they got with other white people. Well, the problem isn't white supremacy, it's Jews, dude. They're on code with white people who are Jewish. Don't ever get that twisted, especially when it comes to us. Anglo-white supremacists and anti-black people within Jewish society, they're all on code when it comes to us. The Ben Shapiros, oh yeah, they get on code when it comes to us. Now, when we're not in the room, they bicker left and right. Yeah, the white supremacists, truth be told, they can't stand each other, but they know how to get on code when it comes to dealing with us. And once we're taken care of and we're out the room, then they go back to fighting and doing what they do and hating each other. But they know how to immediately put that aside when it comes to dealing with us. I always use the O.J. Simpson situation and Mark Furman as a perfect example. Mark Furman, straight up and down neo-Nazi. A literal Nazi. The dude collected Nazi memorabilia. You see how many people in white Jewish society is on code with him? They never criticize him. Ron Goldman's family, they never criticized Furman. They never threw him under the bus. They were mad at black folks. That Goldman family, boy, they were yelling about black folks all day. The Nation of Islam, they were mad at that, and Farrakhan and OJ and Johnny Cochran. All of their vitriol was for black folks. The jurors, the black jurors, they mad at them. And remember, Goldman, that family, later on, they were supporting Zimmerman, Kim Goldman. Remember when Zimmerman got off for killing Trayvon? That family openly supported Zimmerman. You understand? We better understand these folks get on code with each other with that anti-black stuff. Yeah, so we got to understand codification. And part of codification is to check the folks who are not on code and keep them out of the mix. Mainly a lot of the tethers, because the tethers come from these places where they're tribalistic and off code with each other. And we got to be real. They've been the main ones coming among us with that off code behavior. See, back in the 1960s, we were able to get a lot of stuff done because black people were hella on code because we didn't have a lot of tethers in our mix. So if you did something that was off code and folks knew about it, you would be in danger because you would have to come back to the black community. Now, these little tethers have their little enclaves off here and there, so they don't, a lot of them don't interact with us like everyday foundational black Americans. But back in the 60s, we were able to shut down industries because the black folks, who were damn near all foundational black Americans primarily, you had one or two non-FBAs like the Stokely Carmichaels and people like that. But for the most part, you had foundational black Americans who said, hey, this bus system is on that BS. We're going to boycott the bus system and shut this bus system down. So foundational black Americans all said, hey, we're not going to ride these buses. We're going to force them to lose money until they get some damn act right. We're going to force them to lose money. And not only did our families not give those buses any money, that had trickle-down effects to all of the other industries out there. You dig? We started carpooling, we started looking out for each other, and we were effective. You had other black people who were on code, people like A.G. Gaston, who was a very wealthy black man at the time. He threatened those banks. He's like, look, if we got to do this Jim Crow shit where I got to walk in the back and other people got to walk in the back entrance and all of that, I'll take my millions about this damn bank. You dig? I'll take my millions about this bank real fast. So he made them get some act right. We were hellified on code. Also, even going into the 70s, we were on code as foundational black Americans. We were very on code. When Assata Shakur was on the run, when they broke her out of jail, she was moving around in the black community up and down the East Coast, and nobody snitched on her. And in fact, people were hanging out signs outside their balconies saying Assata is welcome here. So the foundational black American community protected her until she was safely able to be moved up out of the country down to Cuba. But she moved around different houses in black society. Nobody snitched on her. Now, could you imagine nowadays how many tethers would line up to snitch on that sister? You understand? Let's be real. The tethers would be lining up to snitch on her. So we were on code. And then we got a lot of people among us who is not from our lineage, so they don't think they have to be on code with us. And that's been a problem. So yeah, our problem is getting on code and getting the people away from us who are not on code. Let me get some more people in here. Let's get E. Rose in the building. E. Rose. E. Rose in the building.
Hey Tyreek, how are you tonight?
I'm good, E. Rose. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you. I just want to ask you a question. So I feel like a lot of us have been on code.
Mm-hmm.
It's more thanks to you, the black media, Jason Black, Vicky Dillard, among others.
Yes.
But I was just wondering, and it could be me, maybe I'm wrong. I wanted to ask you: have you noticed? It seems like because we are talking about reparations, because you all have not let that conversation hit the back burner. murder. Like, that's what we're pushing for, reparation. So they keep putting out all of these other black people that don't speak for us, and just keep, it seems like they're going hard body with let's say the Gerard Carmichael,
Right.
Reds. They're still mad about OJ. They put P. Diddy out there just to put all these negative images about black people. The Good Times reboot, just to name some things. It seems like they're really just going really, really hard now to keep the conversation not about reparations, but about the worst things possible, and to say that represents all black people. See these Negroes, they don't need reparations. What do they do with the Angel thing about the money, and just it seems like they're and I know it's always been like this, but it just seems like they're really, really going full throttle at that, and then also just playing in our faces, constantly sending all this money everywhere else. Nobody's pocket watching that. They're sending money to everybody else, but then they say that they don't have the money for us.
Right.
So I just want to know your thoughts about that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, yeah, they've been trying hard and it's been failing. Like that Good Times reboot, that's a failure. They don't want to admit it. That's a failure. That's been panned. Critics been panning it. We've been panning it. It's a failure. And it's a failure because not only did we not buy into the images that were put out there, we called it for what it was. This was them trying to denigrate something that was near and dear to foundational Black American culture, which was the Good Time television series, which was about a Black family. Even though they were struggling, they still had dignity. They had a certain level of dignity that they maintained. Not only, and that's a staple in foundational Black American culture. So to put out that Good Times reboot, and even Bernadette Stannis, who played Thelma on Good Times, she denounced that nonsense herself. We got to look at who's behind that stuff. This is why us delineating has been so important. When we look at the people who were writing that and the showrunners, these were tethers doing that. You understand? This is why the delineation thing is important, because when we see some janky off-code behavior, who put that out? And then we start looking at the names. Okay, these are some people who ain't even from our lineage putting out these garbage-ass images of Black folks. You understand? And when we start looking at certain hip-hop blogs, when we talk about the music and who promotes this stuff, look at who runs these hip-hop blogs. Look at the people who promote the Sexy Reds and all of that degenerate stuff. And let me be fair, some of these hood rats, some of the songs are catchy. I'll give them credit where credit is due. But look at the people who promote this stuff. Most of them, almost all of them, hip-hop and gossip blogs are run by tethers. World Star, tether. Media Takeout, a Ugandan tether. Shade Room, tethers. Gossip, tethers. Madame Noir, tethers. You dig? And these people, what's interesting, and I picked up on this a long time ago, when we started doing the Hidden Color series, because we put out something, and our brother Afro Lee made a great point, how when we do something constructive, a lot of these other folks, they're not there to promote it. Remember, when we put out Hidden Colors, that blew up. The Hidden Color series became the most successful Black history series ever. None of these gossip blogs that we know now, they didn't promote that. They went out of their way to not promote it. World Star did a few things here and there. Well, we had to buy advertisement, and with Shade Room, let me tell you, and I've said this before, we tried to buy advertisement for them and they didn't want it. And then they got, people start getting on their bumper because I let folks know we tried to buy some ad time and they started getting funny style. We tried to promote something positive with Shade Room. We tried to pay them and they started getting funny style. And then ultimately they ran an ad, and they did it very reluctantly because people were getting on their bumper. But these tether-run blogs, they make money denigrating us. And another thing, I always talk about this, the Shade Rooms and Gossips and Madame Noir and all of these media takeouts, I picked up on this over a decade ago. They would always show this weird denigrating stuff about us, our culture, but they would always show positive images of African people. They would always show in the middle of such and such rappers beefing, such and such rappers on drugs, such and such hood fight. In between all of that, they would show like an African wedding. They would show some African person who got a PhD. Everything about African culture, they made sure to show it positively. And I picked up on that early. I said, wait a damn minute, who's running these damn sites? And then I started researching and I said, oh, okay. These people aren't from our lineage. So I've been calling that out for a decade, man. You dig? These people, when it comes to images of us, they always got to show them negative. But images of them, they always got to show them positive. And when we point out the janky shit that they do, like if there's a crime, especially in New York, and we see a lot of crime waves in New York, people doing these weird crimes, and when we say, hey, wait a minute, that nigga's Caribbean who just did that. Oh, nigga, xenophobic. Y'all niggas are no, not xenophobic. That's one of your guys. When y'all see people stabbing folks and knocking them upside the head and raping people and doing all types of weird stuff, we're not going to let you dump them on us no more. Because what happens is, when it's a crime, everybody becomes black. And then we have to absorb everything negative that's black. And we said, no, we ain't doing that. We're not going to let you hide your criminal class behind blackness. But the minute y'all get a damn PhD, or the minute somebody gets a doctorate, or the minute somebody gets an award, all of a sudden, they got all these foreign flags popping up everywhere. All right? We're not playing that game no more. You're not going to be able to dump your trash on Foundation of Black Americans no more. And then when we point out their criminal class, they want to sit up and holler about we being xenophobic, and they got whole websites dedicated to denigrating Foundation of Black Americans and showing the underbelly. They only show one side, ratchetness. I got on academics about that, because academics, that's how he got his little come up, showing the denigrating images of black society. I told him to his face, you can't sit here and talk about degenerate sides of black society. You come from Jamaica. Boy, in Jamaica, they do all types of degenerate shit over there. All that twerking in the streets and doing headstands in the dirt and all that nasty shit. Nobody can sit up and denigrate Foundation of Black American culture. Nobody. And we let these people get away with doing that stuff and denigrating us for too long. Let's get the great Top Rank. The great Top Rank. Hop on, brother. What's up, man? You good, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to put my phone off you. But yeah, to add to what you were saying, it is funny that everybody hating on the unity that we bringing about, because like on the grill, they trying to bring back ADOS and stuff. Like, ain't nobody heard of ADOS in years, and when people was talking about it, it wasn't valid.
Right.
Then anyway, so I just want to say, continue doing what you're doing, know what I'm saying? We standing with you, brother.
No doubt, man. I appreciate it. Yes, indeed. Let's get Robbie, then Jesse. Robbie, then Jesse. Mr. Robbie, hop on, brother. All right, while we're waiting on Robbie to get that prepaid minute thing going, let's get Jesse.
What's
Jesse.
up, bro?
Hey, peace to the FBA family. I had two questions. I know that you're screening microphone check here in Denver, Colorado. Are you going to be making an appearance for that?
No, I won't be in Denver. No, I won't be in Denver. Because I'll be at the one in LA. The one in LA is going to be the same night, so I'm going to be at the one in LA.
Okay. And the second question is, I'm running for House District 8 here in Denver, Colorado, and I really want to continue to push the line for the reparations. These do-nothing organizations such as the NAACP, Urban League, and all the rest of these do-nothing organizations keep talking about we need to do a study. I said, the hell with a study, cut the down check. So we're pushing out full throttle here in Colorado and the anti-black hate crime bill. So those are two of the legislations that I'm going to push if I become the House District Representative.
Phenomenal. Are you coming to D.C.?
I'm planning on it, Tariq. I really am. I was super bummed I wasn't able to make it last year. I was running for mayor at that time,
Okay.
so I wasn't able to make it, but I definitely plan on making it this time.
That'd be great, man. We need to hear what your platform is, man, so we can support. You talking good so far. Yes, sir. Everybody follow Jesse and see what his platform is, man, because, that's what we need. We need brothers out there who's running for office, who's going to push that messaging. That's good. That is phenomenal. Yeah, we need you out there in D.C., man. Let me see. Travia. Let's get Travia. What's up, Travia? Travia Barley.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
It's
Travia.
so great to be with you. And it's Tavy.
Tavy. Oh, Tavy.
I
Okay.
love the pronunciation. I think you said it fabulously.
Okay. There you go. So how are you, Tavy?
I'm doing wonderful. I can feel the energy in this room. And I just want to tell you, my king, that I support you. I support your cause and everything that you're doing. I think you're awesome. And the young man just spoke, or middle age or whatever. He's very pleasant because your voice is so I can't say antagonized and something like that. Yeah. It's good. It's good. It's really good. It's just your energy. You put off such a huge amount of energy, and it's positive.
Yes, ma'am.
And I support you, and I pray for you, and thank God for you. That's all I want to say.
I appreciate that, beloved. Thank you so much, Tavia. I appreciate that. Yes, indeed. Did Tavia sound like she was low-key trying to choose? All right, Tavia sound like she's trying to choose. All right. Let me see. Who else we got? We got a lot of folks in here. A lot of people in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. And shout out, let me look at the GoFundMe to see where we are, because a lot of people are hitting the GoFundMe. And shout out to the family. The GoFundMe right now is at, we're at almost 11K, man. Shout out to everybody who's giving to the GoFundMe. We're almost at 11K, man. I'm telling you, DC, it's going to be phenomenal this year, man. It is going to be phenomenal, man. I can't wait to see everybody. The last time we had such a ball, man. That energy was so phenomenal. It felt like a big family reunion, just being around everybody and everybody networking. And I met so many phenomenal professional brothers and sisters that I still keep in touch with to this day, man. It was a great networking opportunity, man, just to be around like-minded brothers and sisters who are thinking positively, man. That's how you build. That's a great way just to build with like-minded brothers and sisters, where everybody ain't getting together, drinking and twerking and smoking. You got your mind clear, you're thinking positive, and you got other like-minded brothers and sisters that you can connect with and vibe with and bond with and do business with around the country. So when they go back home, now you got a connection somewhere. So if you're traveling somewhere, you met somebody at the rally and they live in Philly. When you go to Philly, you can hit them up and chop it up. People out there making love connections. People are hooking up, dating. People are networking. We're meeting other professionals. Just so many phenomenal people, man. We got so many thorough brothers and sisters, man. This is why it's important to not let other people dictate who we are in our culture, because if you let the dominant society or the world stars or the gossips and you let them tell it, every black person is in the hood, and if you get around them, they gonna stab you if you let them tell it. And that's not what our culture is. The great thing about foundational Black American culture, there's a whole array of different types of foundational Black Americans. Yeah, we got the sexy reds and the ratchets and the glorrillas, but then we got the middle class hardworking people. Then we got the well-to-do upper middle class Black people, and then we have the wealthy Black people, and then we have the intellectual class of Black people, then we have the conscious class of Black people. So we have a full spectrum of different types of foundational Black Americans, not just one image of twerking ratchetness, which is the white supremacist image of us. We got to stop letting them do that. We let them people make it seem like the totality of blackness is Negroes somewhere twerking. That's not it. That's not the totality of our culture. You see, that's why they don't like to promote when we do something positive. Going back to the Hidden Colors series. The Hidden Colors series, the most successful Black History documentary series. Everybody named Mama saw it. If y'all haven't seen it, go to hiddencolorsmovie.com or hiddencolorsfilm.com if you haven't seen it, or go to fbastream.com. But the dominant white society, they hate talking about Hidden Colors. Now, they'll talk about me. They'll denigrate me in the white media, but they hate mentioning Hidden Colors because they have to mention how successful it is. You know, they act like that success just didn't pop off like it did. Because it's positive, it's constructive. So that's the thing. Whenever we do something positive and constructive, the dominant society tries to downplay that. Now, if I did a video about twerking, they'd be talking about that all day. They would talk about it nonstop. But the fact that we had theaters sold out around the country, black people who are intellectual looking at a constructive film with other black intellectuals, they don't want to show that image. Because they try to tell the lie, well, we can't have anything intellectual for black people because they're not going to watch it. Black people like guns and twerking and drugs. And we disprove that. Yeah? Even with the movie Microphone Check coming out. This movie is talking about hip-hop, but not in a ratchet sense. We're talking about it from a historic standpoint. We're talking about it from an intellectual standpoint. And this thing is going to be huge. The pre-sales for the tickets damn near sold out months in advance. Bookstores around the country are hitting me up because people are trying to get advanced Blu-ray copies. Shout out to my brother Marcus at Nubian Bookstore in Atlanta. They're hitting him up every day, waiting on the Microphone Check DVDs to come out. People are hitting our office up, trying to get advanced copies. You dig? So, you know, when we do things constructive without the help of the dominant society, boy, they hate to discuss that because they like to talk about things they had a hand in. That way they can push an agenda. That's why, going back to hip-hop, when you look at hip-hop documentaries, most of them are funded by the dominant society. That's why there's always a damn agenda. There's a hip-hop documentary on Amazon Prime now. I think it's called Hip Hop World, funded by the dominant society. And basically they got DJ Khaled hosting it. And they're talking about all of these, I don't know who these people are, to be honest. They got a bunch of folks, I don't even know who they are. But I know a lot of them are non-FBA. And again, when money is coming from the dominant society, then they start pushing this black and brown created hip-hop together nonsense. And that's why we got this thing together on our own and said, no, we're not having that. We're going to tell the truth. We're not having that lie no more. But the thing is, if you let the dominant society pay for everything, they're going to push the lies. That's why it's important for us to do things on the grassroots. And we have the wherewithal to do it. See, that's what nation building is. See, we got to be very serious about the nation building mindset. Because that's what I'm on. I want us to always have a mindset of nation building. When something goes down, I want us to have a network of people where we can depend on. We know who's who, and we can depend on each other. That's why, family, when there's a natural disaster, the main people who are negatively affected are people in the hood. Because a lot of people in the hood are dependent upon white society for everything. And they are the main ones who get affected. You dig? And that's where they start looking at the people in the hood. Because you don't have a network of anybody, you're dependent on white daddy, you got to depend on them for Section 8 or whatever. You got to depend on them for food. You don't stock up on anything. You got to, so you become very vulnerable when you depend on them because all they got to do is shut it off. And when they shut it off, it's a wrap. Then they're going to start monitoring you and criminalizing you because they know you're going to eventually have to start looting stores. So that's when they get the guns out and they said, okay, yeah, we didn't cut the food off, and when they start looting, we're going to start shooting. Whereas black people who are more conscious and who are more on code, we know how to store food. Remember, There's survivalist websites that I promote many times on my broadcast. Black Star Survival and Redstone Firearms. My brother Jonathan, I talked to Jonathan the other day from Redstone out here in LA. Y'all need to holler at these people about getting survival kits and ammunition and food kits. You understand? And network with other brothers and sisters. When we were down in Dallas, we had some brothers and sisters who had some of those survival things popping. Talk to black folks who are into farming. Talk to black folks who are into clothes making. See, networking is very important. When the COVID thing went down, remember they were shutting down all the stores. People couldn't get toilet paper and baby wipes. Luckily, I had a plug on a brother I met at one of my lectures. It was a brother from, he was somewhere from in Maryland, I think. And it was a brother, and I remember because his occupation was, it kind of threw me off. He's like, yeah, man, I make toilet paper. I met him, it was either Maryland or Philly. It was in one of those places, but he was like, yeah, I got a business, man. I have a toilet paper manufacturing company. Yeah, we manufacture toilet paper. And I remember I kept his card, and when COVID went down and there was a run on toilet paper and all of that, I called that brother and stacked up. I still got toilet paper left over. I stacked up on so much toilet paper from that brother. So that's why it's important for us to know who to network with. We need to know how to politic with people and network with them, because there's a lot of brothers and sisters out here, man, who are plugged in. We just got to know who they are. I mean, brother, people come up to the museum all the time with different occupations, and they hook us up. Yeah. I like that. I like having to go to other people within the community to get stuff done. Even with us getting the museum together, man, there was a lot of people in the community who helped out. Some of our electricians were brothers from the community. Some of our plumbing people were brothers in the community. My man Ink from Compton did the mural on the side. Another brother from the community did some of the carving on the inside. We some of the jobs we had to get some of the essays, some of them to do some stuff because there was some flooring. We were looking for brothers out here who did flooring work. We couldn't find too many, but we dealt with as many brothers and sisters as we could to do work at the museum, and still do. My staff, we get black caterers every time. We try to go with black security firms, and we had an incident that I have to talk about later. One of the firms, they had some tethers. We had a security firm, and they were sending tether guards up there. And they didn't do their job like they're supposed to, so we had to let them go. So we're looking for new security firms for some of our events, some of the black-owned. So my black-owned, if you're a black-owned security firm in LA, give me a holler, because we're looking for new firms to deal with, because we had some incidents with tethers. So I'll have to tell people about later. But where Dwan at? Dwan know what I'm talking about. Dwan being here is Dwan. I think I saw Dwan. Dwan know what I'm talking about. We ain't gonna talk about it right now, but Dwan B knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, I love networking with brothers and sisters, man. I absolutely love it, because that's the step to nation building, man. When these folks cut off the lights on us, we got to know who to hook up with. We got to know who to get down with. Yeah, and that's very important. Yeah, let me get a couple of more calls in here, because I ain't gonna be on too long. That's why I got started early. Chopping it up. Shout out to everybody listening on YouTube. Shout out to you guys. I'm gonna make sure the sound is a little better. I know the YouTube, the sound is a little funny style, but the sound on here is real good. Let's get Miss Dia in here. Let's get Dia in here. Let's get Miss Dia in the building.
Yes, good evening, everyone and host. My name is Dia. This is my first time here, and I just wanted to go back to what you said about the tissue, just because I'm just going to say a little about myself. I have a bachelor's degree in agriculture business with a minor in real estate, so so I actually work in the real estate industry right now. And just what you said about the tissue, because that's super important, because a lot of people don't know, even in tissue that we use every day, it has chemical components and bleach and stuff that's not even good for our health.
Right.
When I was in undergrad, I actually was doing a study on tissue and just found out how bad it was. So it's actually better to use bamboo-made tissue than some of the other leading brands that are in local supermarkets. So I just wanted to touch on that because a lot of people really don't know that. That's why health and just reading is super important, and being literate and like knowing what you're putting into your body and knowing what you're, using on your body is super important. So I just wanted to go back and touch on that. Congratulations on your book. Congratulations on the donations and all things, and I wish you the best.
Thank you so much, beloved. And this sister made a good point. A lot of these household items that we use, some of these toiletries and personal products, we got to watch them joints, man. We better watch them. Yeah, that sister made a good point. Like toilet paper, little stuff like that, man. We don't know. They put a lot of chemicals in everything. That's why, family, there's a reason why I came out with our own deodorant. That's why I came out with Root Work. Because, man, y'all know deodorant? How many chemicals in that stuff? Deodorant, man, it has all types of aluminum. The deodorant that you use, especially the aerosol deodorant, that stuff is horrible for your body. That stuff is horrible for your body, man. That's where a lot of cancers come from. A lot of women be getting breast cancer from some of this deodorant. And you're putting it right under your arms. That's over there by your lymph nodes, and that messes you up. I would use some of this store-bought, corporate produced deodorant back in the day, man. And it would put lumps under my arms. So that's why I said I wanted to get something. I want to make something more natural. That's why I came up with the natural deodorant, the Root Word, and Root Word is taking off, man. The reviews are phenomenal. I created an all-natural deodorant based on the foundational Black American root work that our ancestors were doing. They knew how to heal themselves naturally. And I made the root work based on that ideology, and I used some of the herbs like the High John the Conqueror root that was very important in a foundational Black American root work culture. And it's phenomenal. People love the root work, especially the lavender. That lavender, we can't keep that lavender on the damn shelves. But yeah, it was very important for us to do that so that we can put healthy things on our bodies. You dig? So it's a lot of stuff going on out here, man, that we don't know about. And also, there's another situation like a COVID, because remember, folks couldn't get deodorant either. Yeah. So we're ready. That's why, I like to be 100% self-sufficient. So if there's a disaster somewhere, we're already stocked up on everything we need. I want to start working with folks on how to get survival food kits too. That's something we need to get into as well. I really want us to be on a mindset that if these folks push a button or if there's some kind of cyber attack, we're just ready. You understand? We're just ready. And I'm going to promote more people like the Redstones and the Black Star Survival and people like that, more of these companies, and then create more products that we can kind of have at our disposal in case anything goes down. And also just to network with other brothers and sisters too, man, to know who's who, to know who to connect with. That's why we have these events so that we can connect with brothers and sisters. That's so very important. But we got to understand how powerful we are. We got thorough brothers and sisters out here who are on top of their game. We just have to network with them. And we got to stop waiting on white society to put this stuff together for us. We're grown-ass people, man. We got to get out here and just start doing things and orchestrating them on our own, as we're supposed to do. Let me get one more call in here, man. And I can't wait to see y'all in D.C., by the way. Let me see. Let's raise your hand. Let me get one more good call in here. Raise your hand, family, because we are in here heavy. Got over 1,000 people in here. Raise your hand if you want to get on. I want to see some new faces in here. Raise your hand if you want to get on. Let's try RPA. Let's get RPA in here. RPA. And shout out to our non-FBA brothers and sisters who are not tethers. Let me shout them out. Because we do have riders. Let me say that. I got to shout out. We got brothers and sisters who are from Africa and the Caribbean who are not tethers, who are supporters, and they are cool. Shout out to you. We are not forgetting about you. We still respect you. Much love to you. Long as you come over and act as reinforcement for what we got going on, we rock with you. Just want to be clear. But some of these little funky tethers who call up trying to undermine us, no. No. We got to check them. RPA, you ready? Okay, RPA. I can hear you. What's up, RPA?
Hey, man, thanks, man.
Oh, man, you're hella low. You're real low. You're real low.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there's a bad echo. Okay, I got to get you on. Yeah, brother, I'm hearing an echo. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, let me try somebody else. Let's get E-Thang. Let's get a brother named E-Thang. E-Thang, what's up, brother?
Yo, what's up, Tariq?
What's up, man? How are you?
Nothing, man. Just chilling, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everything you do. I'll be at the rally and everything like that. Got my DO. Hey, I just wanted to ask you, this might be off topic, I know, man. What the heck? I've been laughing at that little skit you did with Roland Martin, man.
Which one? I done so many. Which one?
You said up there talking about whatever you got it.
Oh, God.
What made you start dissing dudes with a puppet, man?
No, Roland came for me first, man. Roland started dissing me first, and I warned you.
I'm here.
Yeah.
What made you do a puppet? That's hilarious.
Because they can't come back from the puppet. When I hit them with a puppet, you can't come back from the puppet. You know? Man, yeah, Roland, thank you, brother. Yeah, Roland came at me first. Roland started coming at me because one of his tether homegirls, we were on CNN one time, and it was a story about a black chick who got arrested, and this chick named, who was on the news with me, Norded something, she's from East Africa. So she was saying a whole bunch of off-code shit on live TV that I wasn't feeling. She was sitting here caping for the police. I wasn't really feeling that. I'm like, hey, the police kind of went after the sister, not the white boy, because she was a bedwench, but she was dating the white boy, but they hemmed the sister up, and I'm going to be on code no matter what. If I'm in a room full of white folks, I'm being on code with the black folks. Damn. So this East African woman was up here caping for the damn police, making excuses for the police. Then I made an Instagram post about it. I'm like, yeah, this woman up here is really talking funny style. And then Roland hopped in the mentions telling me to shut up and talking greasy to me because I went in on his little homegirl. And I said, man, y'all better get Roland, man. Roland is really too easy for me to roast. And then he just kept trying it, so I just let his little old no-neck ass have it. And then I came up with the puppet. That puppet be killing people's spirits. It's like the crispy puppet. Real life crispy. That crispy puppet tore his soul up. That's why when people call him crispy to this day, he loses his mind. Why are you calling me crispy, everybody? He loses his mind. It's hard to come back from a puppet. It's roasting somebody with a puppet is a whole different level, man. Because you can't come back, and you arguing with the puppet makes you look even more stupid. You know? I'm going to have to do a crispy Twitter handle. I had a crispy puppet Instagram, but real life crispy, he reported it. This Sambo reported it. But I'm going to have to do a crispy Twitter handle and have Crispy, the puppet, do a live. I have to do a Twitter live with the crispy puppet. So, have a crispy reunion so the crispy puppet can answer questions. So I got to do that pretty soon. But y'all go check out the Crispy Show on YouTube. The Crispy Puppet Show. The classic Crispy Puppet Show on YouTube. Classic material. if you have not seen it. So go to YouTube and type in Crispy Puppet. Very funny stuff. Anyway, man, let me get up out of here, man. It's been real. We had a great conversation. We chopped it up. Ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, go to microphonecheck.com. Get your tickets for the movie Microphone Check. Also, hit that GoFundMe link. The GoFundMe at Rally for the number 4 Reparations, Rally for Reparations.com. And there's GoFundMe links. Everybody support the Rally for Reparations because it does cost a lot of money to get all of the production equipment and the security and the staging and the staff. So it costs a little something, but we can get it done. It's not a big deal. Just everybody put in a little. All we need is a lot of people putting in a little, we get it done. And we're going to get it done because that's who we are as people. All right, family, it's been real. Much respect to you guys. Y'all have a great evening. Papi Akute, Lola Vuve to the family. Peace. Get it done. And we're going to get it done because that's who we are as people. All right, family, it's been real. Much respect.
listening to white men whine and complain about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Well, recently, screenwriter David Mamet did so at the Los Angeles Book Festival, and he really sounded like a complete ass with this whining. And so I saw this story and I said, oh my goodness, we got to go ahead and play for this because I got a few words. Check this out.
You sort of allude to the idea that it's possible that the sort of pendulum has shifted too far, and that, you know, there are people who say agree with you who are sort of boxed out because of the sort of because of the thinking behind diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives. Do you feel like it is putting limits on the quality of the work, or on other groups like making an impact in Hollywood?
I don't know what groups make an impact in Hollywood, right? No, people talk about movies, and the movies have to change our lives. No movie ever changed anybody's life. They're flickering images on a screen. You know, they existed originally so that we could go, so that some Jew who got tired of being a tailor would put up a screen and he would show the movie, and eventually they came out here and started the movie business. They're there to entertain us. I don't need someone to educate me. It's the same thing as a sign that says gender neutral bathroom. What's the difference between gender neutral bathroom and bathroom? Who does bathroom exclude? So what does gender neutral bathroom do? Right? It politicizes the human excretory function. It's the same thing with DEI. It's fascist totalitarianism. Leave me a fucking alone. That's what I say.
So he actually said a lot more than that. The folks at the LA Times actually have a story on that where he talked about a variety of things. And so one of the things he said that, go to my iPad, Henry, he talked about the Academy Awards now requiring having some diversity standards. He goes, the idea that I can't give you a stupid effing statue unless you have 7% of this, 8% of this, it's intrusive. Now, it says here that Mamet acknowledged that discrimination barred groups from participating in Hollywood for years. He thinks the pendulum has swung too far in the opposite direction. He describes the leaders of these diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives as diversity capos and diversity commissars. And I love this here. The film industry has little business improving everybody's racial understanding, as does the fire department, Mamet said to a few loud laughs in the crowd. He argued that his colleagues are better off selling popcorn than trying to improve representation for women, queer talent, and other marginalized groups. Okay. Complained about bathrooms, we heard that. And then he went on to talk about some other deals, but his also was interesting. Does Mamet think of his children as Nepo babies who benefited from his illustrious career? Not at all, he said. He feels gratified that they've learned from being on set with him. Quote, they earned it by merit, he said of daughter Zojia Mamet, who starred in Girls. They haven't benefited from any type of privilege, he said, and he thinks that DEI initiatives are taking away hard-earned opportunities. Quote, nobody ever gave my kids a job because of who they were related to. Okay, allow me to unpack this. So I'll start here. You heard in the clip, he talked about how a Jew created Hollywood, how they came out west. In fact, there's a book that's really a great book, which is an award-winning book. It's called An Empire of Their Own. It's how the Jews invented Hollywood. Fantastic book. Takes you through the history of Hollywood. But you know what's going to happen when you read that book? You're going to read about how those same founders of Hollywood actually had considerable racism in Hollywood. How they froze out African Americans, not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera. Those same individuals blocked advancement of African Americans. The early portrayals of black folks You had folks in blackface, white actors in blackface. And then when you did have black actors, you had them as some of the most clueless individuals talking like this. And then you also had the black people who displayed and butlers. Yep, that was that same Hollywood. And those things continued through the decades. You begin to see these things change when you begin to see advancement with civil rights. But see, here's the thing that's interesting that you would think a screenwriter who's 76 years old would understand. Do you realize that movies and music is really America's greatest export? What I mean by that is, as we do this show right now, there are people who are watching this show who are not in the United States. There are people in this show who are watching in India, who are watching in the UK, who are watching from Canada, who are watching from Jamaica or the Bahamas, who are watching from different countries. If I pulled up the YouTube the dashboard, I will show you the folks who are watching all around the world. And do you know what media has done? Media has actually shaped the perspective of how people view Americans through the mediums. And so if you lived overseas in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s up to present day, your view of America was shaped through what you saw in the movies. This is the same Hollywood that when 12 Years a Slave came out, Chiwetel was removed from the poster overseas and Brad Pitt was put on the poster. I'm sorry, wasn't Chiwetel Ejiofor the star of the film because he was the one who was 12 years a slave? So even in that movie, they took the brother off and put Brad Pitt on because for so long, Hollywood say, yeah, we can't market black people overseas. We can't market black movies. But 2/3 of the world is people of color. That thing called racism in Hollywood. And so what David says here is that I think the pendulum has swung too far. I'm sorry. You mean to tell me when you have movies that are largely, and when I say largely, I'm talking 80 and 90% directed by white men? And then when you have all white writers' rooms, and then when you have all white production rooms, and when you have folk who hire their friends and they lock people out, I'm sorry. Explain to me the pendulum has swung. Let me help y'all out. If the pendulum is over here and it's 90% white, if you say the pendulum has swung too far, that means it's now 90% black Latino. That's not the case. See, really what David is saying is, damn it, we don't have all the jobs anymore. Damn, we now gotta compete. They now are creating programs that are forcing us to have to now talk to other people who don't look like us in order for them to get hired. And it is driving white people crazy. There's a reason I wrote my book, White Fear, how the browning of America is making white folks lose their minds. Because they now have to compete. And so David Mamet, who's 76 years old, he can't stand the fact that a young black writer who in the history of Hollywood was frozen out and the only way he could get onto a lot was if there was a broom in his hand, now has access. See, he says in here that, it's taking away hard-earned opportunities. Really? Really? In the same breath, how he says his kids earned it. Watch me now. His kids earned it by merit from being on set with him. So you mean daddy brought daughter to work every day, or sons to work, they now have access to the system because of daddy. Let me unbutton. Then he says, nobody ever gave my kids a job because of who they were related to. Do y'all understand that the best way for you to get a job in the NFL to be a coach is to be related to one? The tree of NFL coaches that are sons and nephews of other coaches is tremendous. It even happens in the booth, the broadcast booth. Phil Simms, followed by his son Chris Simms, who flamed out at quarterback, but now he's a top announcer. Multiple folks named Albert, who are announcers. Multiple people named Buck, who are announcers. How many black